What's up, guys? Blade Master here, and you're watching the Wolf of Dreams Total War channel as usual. And I've brought another Total War Rome 2 battle replay as usual. And this is a game that I fought against the Bouvier. I played a couple of games against him, and this is just I believe this is the second of those games. Found this one pretty entertaining. So I've taken Thracian Kingdom, and he's taken Egypt, as you can see right now. It's a pretty interesting counter pick to OK, because I did pick Odrysian Kingdom initially, and then I just wanted to see what he would bring to counter them. I was not going to stray away from Odrysian Kingdom at all. So whatever he brought, I would bring this build. So he decided to go ahead and bring Egypt to counter them. It's an interesting choice, and we can see. I mean, they do have the tools to beat OK, but it could be a challenge too. Definitely better factions to pick against OK, but this is also a very capable faction on its own. So let's see what I put this on play. Let me see what build I brought. I brought a total of 3 Thracian warriors who are over here. They're all in the woods. I've also brought 2 Falxmen on my flanks all the way over here. Also brought 1 unit of hoplites, and finally I brought 2 Thracian nobles. Behind them, I brought 3 Thracian peltas. So these are very good and very strong skirmishers. They have 40 missile damage, and they also have 28 and 35 weapon damage, in addition to a 45 base morale, which is very strong for a skirmish unit. Now I've gone very cav heavy, as you might have expected. I didn't spend too much money on my infantry, but I think they're pretty capable on their own. But in terms of cavalry, I've brought a total of 2 Thracian royal cavalry, one of whom is my gen. Total of 4 Thracian horsemen and 2 Thracian cavalry. And with the Thracian cavalry, actually, what I'm doing is I'm just trying to bait him, just trying to use javelin cav, how you'd use horse archers, because I also wanted to try and scout out the map and see what kind of build he brought. Now, you might not recognize this map, but you might recognize it from here. This is actually Bouvier, and you play it in this direction. So I just switched it and made it east to west, and it actually changes the map and the way it plays a lot. Initially, when you play on quick battle, you'd have your cavalry hidden, and this would be like a cav battle in the woods while your main line engages somewhere here. But in this case, basically, you have the opportunity of hiding all your units in the forest, and then all of them coming out in a couple of seconds, and it makes for a pretty epic battle too, sometimes. So Bouvier, Thracian cavalry are just trying to bait his cavalry, but he's setting his Nubian spearmen in front and trying to attack them, which is a good move. And to counter that, I just turn off fire at will, because there's no point wasting my ammo on like Nubian spears, and especially Nubian spears who are in the woods. So I'm just trying to bait his cavalry as much as possible. And now this is exactly what I want him to do. He's moving right into my infantry line, but the skirmish AI, as usual, has fucked up, and they've around 15 of my Thracian cavalry are dead because the AI didn't move them back fast enough. Also, I guess it's my fault too, because I really should have microed them better, considering they were so close to my line. Now, he's pulled back very wisely with his citizen cap, because I've sent one of my Thracian warriors to try and attack him, and he's instead bringing his Nubian spearmen to try and either catch my Thracian cavalry or try and catch my Thracian warriors. But he's also brought another Nubian spearman, and he's charged. If I might say so myself, it's pretty foolish to charge this Nubian spearman right into my Thracian warriors. They are getting quite a bit of damage. Giving quite a bit of damage to my Thracian warriors, but they're never going to win that battle. But this seems like a much smarter tactic from him. He's going to charge in on the rear with his citizen cav, and here they are just ramming straight into my Thracian warriors. but you'd want to immediately pull them out of this engagement because, as you can see, they're dropping pretty quickly, and they will continue to drop that quickly when they're facing units like Thracian warriors. So always charge and pull back. Now over here, let me try and pause this or put this in slow motion. I engaged his Ptolemaic cav with my Thracian horseman, my shitty cav, and meanwhile I sent my strong royal cav to go ahead and attack his Galatian swordsman early on. And now on my right flank, I've also got a bunch of Thracian horsemen who are about to rear charge his Ptolemaic cav, and these guys are always very strong and capable units, and something that a unit that you can always bring and expect to do pretty well. Now I've got my Gen at the rear of his line in a very advantageous position, but he's also got side chariots. I have actually not gone through his build, so let me take this opportunity to go over his build. So we know that he brought three Nubian spearmen. He also brought two Ptolemaic cav and two citizen cav. And his infantry is very interesting actually. He's brought two Galatian Royal Guard, one Royal Peltast, and one Galatian Swordsman. Finally, he's brought two Egyptian Javelin Men and one Side Chariot. The Side Chariot just tried to plow into my blob, but they will never do well against cavalry, and especially such a massive blob of cavalry. You never want to put them in such an engagement. So you can see they're just completely immobile, and they can't move. They're just completely stuck. Meanwhile, I use this opportunity to flank charge his Royal Peltas. Since they don't have the greatest armor, and they have just like okay health for an elite unit. They are comparatively pretty susceptible to cavalry charges. Now I also bring one of my Thracian pelters right next to these royal pelters to get at least a couple of volleys straight into them. And what you can see over here is I've got one Thracian pelter firing here and one firing over here. So if he actually decides to attack this one, for example, I'd be getting flank shots with my other Thracian pelters, and it's the same in either case. So great javelin shots from either side, and you can see they're just dropping immediately. Like they were at 120, and now they're at 60 in a matter of seconds. Now I've got some extra cav, some Thracian horsemen who are just going to take out his Egyptian javelin men. Meanwhile, I'm just ganging up on his Galatian royal guard and attacking them from all sides with my Thracian nobles. His side chariots didn't do any damage and got destroyed pretty quickly. And now his last Galatian royal guard is shaken because they are because of the army losses and stuff. And wow, damn, that was that was pretty brutal. Straight neck shot with those Thracian nobles. Um, as you can see, they haven't gotten many casualties. A lot of my kills have come from Thracian pelters, surprisingly. And of course, my cavalry had a big role to play in me winning this game as well. There's still a minute left to go, and that's just down to patch 14. He's got one unit of Nubian spearmen who are just going to make like a very desperate and last bid attempt to just try and stay the course of the game, I guess. So I've circled around one of my Thracian Royal Cav. I've got a whole bunch of cavalry and infantry over here. So now these guys are going to charge straight into these Nubian spearmen. You can't even really see them from here. They're going to travel through the. Damn it! I wish these guys charged straight in. Man, okay, never mind. So they charge into the Nubian spearmen, and I've also put some flaming shot, and yeah, that's it. That's the end of the game. Close victory to me, and it kind of proves that Egypt isn't the best faction to take against Odrysian Kingdom. You always want to bring a lot of archers and b a lot of cavalry against them, and especially against this build, which already has a bunch of cavalry. It's pretty tough to counter because first of all, this is tournament legal because like you've got only 8 cav, 4, 5, 6, and 8. Yep, with 2 jav cav. So in that sense, you can take it for any tournament. And the one weakness of Odrysian Kingdom, apart from being vulnerable to archers, is that they can be pretty vulnerable to cav. And to counter that, I've got a bunch of cav and like a lot of numbers as well. So it's very useful to try and pin the enemy's infantry or the enemy's cavalry, and then use your incredibly effective units, your incredibly effective melee units to either rear charge them or front charge them and just basically massacre them as much as possible. My Thracian Pelters did really well in this game, 115 on one and 89 kills on the other. One of them got only 40 kills, but that itself was pretty good for a Peltas. One of my Falxmen did really well too. I believe the 130 kills they got was probably just like Egyptian javelin men or like Nubian spearmen or something. But my Thracian nobles didn't get many kills. I believe the kills that they did get were from Galatian Royal Guard. But in terms of my best performing units, it would probably be my Thracian Royal Cav. Caught his general and like just caused mayhem in his line in general. So, anyways, that guys, that's the end of this replay, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Peace.